Hello, I'm Jason Stephenson and welcome to Tiny Daily Kick. There are moments in life when awareness doesn't arrive gently. It hits you like a lightning bolt. And for me, it came after years of not seeing what was in front of me. I suddenly realized that I'd been allowing someone else's influence to shape my choices. And it wasn't dramatic on the outside, but inside, it was like my entire world had shifted. It was like the veil had been lifted after 10 years of sleep, and I was finally awake. What surprised me most was the mix of emotions that followed. There was anger, yes, anger that I hadn't seen it sooner, but also relief and even freedom. Because once you truly see, you can never unsee. Once you wake up to truth, the game completely changes. You can never again be played that same way. I remember sitting quietly after that realization, almost stunned, and the space around me felt clearer, cleaner. A total weight had been lifted from my shoulders, and it wasn't just about that one person anymore. It was about me. I had ignored the red flags again and again because I wanted so badly to see the good in people. I had mistaken kindness for blindness, and I grew up a lot with this, of being the yes man, of always trying to please others. But looking back, I understand something that psychology researcher Daniel Goleman, author of Emotional Intelligence, once wrote. Self-awareness, recognizing a feeling as it happens, is the keystone of emotional intelligence. This really hit home for me because that's exactly what awareness is. It's the spark before change. It's not action. It's not confrontation. It's that quiet seeing, that recognition that says, something's off here. And for years, I'd pushed down those small signals, the uneasy feeling, the gut whispers, that subtle discomfort that you get. I'd explain them away and say, maybe I'm just overreacting, or they didn't mean it that way. But awareness ignored is awareness delayed, and delayed awareness, believe me, costs much more later. When I finally let myself see what was happening, I also began to see me, the part of me that wanted to believe, to avoid conflict, to keep the peace, even when it cost me my peace. That's the painful gift of awareness. It doesn't just reveal others, it reveals ourselves. After that awakening, something shifted in how I lived. I started setting boundaries, and I mean real ones. I began studying human behavior, reading about emotional manipulation and emotional intelligence, and learning how people use guilt or flattery to control. I wanted to protect myself with that knowledge. There's one study from the University of Michigan's Department of Psychology in 2018 found that people who regularly practice reflective awareness, noticing their emotional states without judging them, are far less likely to fall prey to manipulative behaviors. Why? Because awareness disrupts the automatic patterns of trust and compliance. In simple terms, when you're aware, you pause. And that pause is power. That pause has become a part of my daily life now. When something feels off, I am not going to push it aside. I feel it. I notice where it lands in my body. Maybe there's some tightness in the chest or a twist in the gut. And if I need time before I speak, I take it. But I don't let more than 24 hours pass before I address it. I don't stew on it or suppress it anymore. And even when it's not about other people, maybe it's impatience or frustration within myself, I take a breath and return to presence. Sometimes I'll say quietly, I am that I am. And those words bring me back to center. Then I reflect again on patience or compassion, and that awareness softens the moment and it opens my heart again. There are really two kinds of awareness. The first wakes us up from illusion. It removes the veil. The second one keeps us awake, and that's moment to moment, breath by breath. Now, if someone said to me, Jason, I'm afraid to become more aware because what if I see something really painful? And I'd say this, yes, awareness can hurt, even for a few moments or a few days or short term. You may have to face tough truths. You may have to have these difficult conversations and admit what you've avoided. But that brief discomfort is nothing compared to years of quiet pain. Awareness sets you free sooner, and it's kinder, both to you and to the person you once enabled, because when you stop excusing bad behavior, you give both souls a chance to grow. Awareness is not judgment, it's not cynicism, it's clarity. It's the spark that says, I see now, and now that I see, I can choose differently. So maybe awareness really is a little spark within, just bright enough to notice if you pay attention. And when you do, it lights the way to peace, to freedom, and to truth. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for walking this path with me. Until next time, I'm Jason Stephenson. Imagine boldly, then go out and live it.